business in the area has just been really innovative to try and see how they can help their customers during COVID.
When you move to a small community, you have less resources and oftentimes than you do in a large community. And that's why when we decided to move back home, we brought our company with us. If you look at the location of the areas that we serve here in Western Kentucky, Lyon County, Caldwell County, in this area, it sits right in the center of the spoke.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Continue supporting local. Together, we can make a difference.
Your friends and family at Fredonia Valley Bank would like to wish all the school faculty and students a safe, happy school year filled with exciting learning experiences. Visit us at 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia and 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Call 270-545-3301 or 270-338-2265. Check us out at www.fredoniavalleybank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Community leaders around the area are supporting the greatest comeback of all time.
I love the greatest comeback. There's so many good efforts together, and that's really been wonderful to see is so many organizations and agencies really coming together to help our small businesses.
Well, I'm also needed to continue to encourage our citizens to be proactive in supporting our businesses and patronizing our local businesses in particular, and helping those businesses who have stood the test of time, so to speak, to be able to continue to stay open and active and serving our needs.
We are in constant contact with each other to share ideas and make sure that we're all kind of doing things and helping each other do the best for our whole region. So that's been great.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Continue supporting local. Together, we can make a difference.
I just came by to show you my beautiful car that I just bought at Tri Shoes. Y'all are always telling me to shop local, and so that's what I do every time I can. I wanted a car here that I could take up here to Tri Shoes and get service on, and that's what they're going to do for me. My name is Dolores Campbell. I just had to share the news.
Choice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the Home Team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at choicehughes.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY, and I've got one of my faves in here. I was talking to him, Coach Steve Kukahiko, and of course I like it because I can make fun of my son, which I'm not going to do today because it's not about football. Believe it or not, you're here and it's not about or tennis.
Yeah.
But how are the tennis kids doing?
I'm assuming that everybody's doing well with under the pandemic we're going through. I haven't really kept in touch with all of them since it's really the football season and things like that. So. Well,
yeah, I thought I would surprise you a little bit and ask you about tennis instead of football. Yeah. Nobody expects that one out of me. No. But you're actually here for the park board, right?
That's correct. Just want to let the community know that we're having a park board meeting this Wednesday at 4 o'clock at the courthouse in the small courtroom. And some of the things that are on the table is, with this last 6 months being so unusual for the nation, I guess, we're trying to put some type of normalcy back in the park. And we got some things that are online, and we're going to discuss those things Wednesday night. So publicly, we're encouraging everyone if they want to come and listen, or I can give them a report. Or our chairman this year we voted on, as you well know, is Mr. Roy Jean Rogers. And he was voted on by the park board, and he was asked, and he fulfilled that role, and gracefully so. But we're going to discuss some things about the park, what we can do this summer. And one of the main things that we're wanting to do is start the adult softball league again. And hopefully that will maybe get some more things back into what it needs to be. If you need some information on that, I can give you a man that's really coordinating a lot of it. He's done a lot in his
Brandon Stallion.
Brandon Stallions. If you're interested in putting together a team, I'm sure he would like to know. And his number is obviously 270-871-2569. Brandon has done a tremendous job out there of trying to organize these leagues, and And so right now, I think he had maybe 8 or 9 teams.
It took off last year.
And hopefully we can get that generated again this year with things. And the league is supposed to start August the 25th. And that's one of the things we're going to be discussing Wednesday about some of the things going on at the park. Trying to make a few improvements to what, we didn't have this year and everything. So we're excited about moving forward. Hopefully everybody's on board with that. Obviously, a lot of guidelines that we'll have to observe out there as well during this time. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think the adults need something too. I think the adults need something just as bad as the kids do in a lot of ways. It's a way to get your frustration out. You see your buddies, you laugh, you joke. You don't necessarily have to run up and hug them. But, if you need to socially distance that way, that's fine. But it gives you a way to go whack a ball.
Right.
I mean, you get your aggressions out on a ball instead of each other, and I think that's a good idea.
Well, I mean, the area out there, with 2 softball fields, there's still some places that kids can play. And not to say that we want to run around everywhere, but at least the people get to fellowship a little bit more. They haven't seen each other because they've all been kind of quarantined somewhat. And I think it's a good thing if we can provide those things that we're looking at doing. So it'll be exciting.
Well, and let me say, too, it all hinges on everybody behaving themselves, too.
Right.
So y'all behave yourself, and we'll act like adults a little bit, and we'll be able to do things like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's nothing that everybody doesn't know. Is we're just trying to put some type of something back for the summer for not only adults but kids to do, and who knows what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, is there anything really open out there other than potentially, playing softball?
Not really, ma'am. I mean, we have the softball fields, and we've got some ideas on using the old tennis courts. I say old because they've never been used in several years. So we're throwing some stuff around that we might be able to help some of the things in the community to go along as well.
Well, I think that's good.
It is. I mean, like I said, there's so many people involved in this, and it's not just 1 or 2 people. It's a community coming together to provide things for, I guess, the kids around this area to do, and, of course, with softball fields, adults. So, I mean.
Well, and I wanted to remind everybody, too. I know a lot of people said, well, we missed our pool this year. Look, they missed you, too.
Yeah.
That was a mutual thing that I know you guys hated it, but at this point, when you look at it, you'd have already had to open up and shut down 5 times.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that when we do the interviewing process beginning of the year, these high school students that come in, we had a few college kids that love it out there, and it's a summer job. I mean, and I say that it's a job because we want to protect the kids as well as anybody, and those kids missed that, and some of those that had the first opportunity of working this year, unfortunately, got a bad taste in their mouth, and they didn't get to work there. Hopefully, they'll apply again next year, and we can move forward if everything goes as well as we expect it to.
I think everybody understands, though, for the most part.
I hope so. Not, I mean,
they ain't doing it to be mean.
Right. I mean, you always get the comments, well, Ventura River's open. Well, I mean, that's a little different. I mean, but publicly wise, we need to support, all of our areas.
Well, and I'm going to say it. Y'all just be mad at me later. The city-county park, it takes a lot to run a pool. It takes a lot to keep things clean. It takes a lot to buy all that sanitizer. Mm-hmm. And, when you have to pay people to be lifeguards and give these young people a chance, that's not free. And when you do all of that adds up to a lot more money than what you're taking in at the gate.
It does. And we've been, the city, the mayor and the judge have been gracious enough to help support that. With everything going on this year, obviously it's not what we wanted, but we'll accept anything right now. And so we're trying to make the improvements. So when people come out there, they'll say, wow, we didn't know this was here. Well, we got to publicize it a little bit more. If it's turning on the softball field lights and people are driving by, going to Dawson Springs or coming from Dawson Springs and seeing that, they're going to say, hey, what's going in here? Let's pull in here and see. Then they get out and they observe what's going on. They say, hey, we didn't know that.
We've got good softball fields out there.
Yeah, we do. They're getting better. I'll just say that. And we have to maintain them weekly. Trying to keep the grass from growing as much around the fences and weed eating and stuff like that. So we have young people that are still trying to do that best they can.
Well, I think, and again, kudos for the kids coming out and trying to help keep that up.
For sure.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
in. Remind us the time of the meeting again.
The meeting will be this Wednesday at 4 o'clock at the Caldwell County Courthouse, and it'll be in the small courtroom. If you get there probably after 4 o'clock, you can knock on the door. Maybe we'll hear you because we'll be in a small courtroom. If not, please come before that. And if you do, please wear a mask. I mean, we're still under those guidelines. When you come in, please wear a mask. And if you want to sit down on the meeting, I'm sure everybody's welcome to voice their comments, and then hopefully we can start moving forward.
That sounds good to me. Coach Steve Kukahiko, go run them to death today, okay?
We're going to try.
Thanks so much, and let us know what's, when your season does, when you've got more of a nailed down thing, let us know.
All right, I sure will, man.
Stick around. We're going to talk to, let's see here, Health First Community Health Clinic. I'm going to be there on Wednesday, and we're going to talk to them about back to school next on Coffee Talk.
Fortner Gas is a full-service propane company offering services in Western Kentucky. You'll find offices located in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website and discover the many services and products available to you at Fortner Gas. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they are already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If not, they'd love to be. Contact Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Community leaders around the area are supporting the greatest comeback of all time.
Our businesses, like everywhere, have had to be flexible and creative, new ways of doing business, and they come up with some really inventive ways, like delivery and curbside and phone-in services. And so I think things are going well, and especially as they're able to reopen. Hopefully we can gain and increase momentum to keep that going.
And again, if you need anything from the chamber, if you're not sure about relief efforts, how to apply for something, if you're not sure about where to get the masks or the thermometers, or if you need anything at all, please contact our chamber.
One of the great things about living in Todd County is that our community is so wonderfully supportive of all our local businesses. So that's been really great to see the community come together and support these folks.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Continue supporting local. Together, we can make a difference.
A message from Carrington Services.
I am Kentucky Colonel William Carrington. I am a Christian motivational speaker and author. As we start to see our great country reopening and local businesses starting back up, we can feel the sense of pride knowing we can move forward. During this time of chaos and pandemics, we, the citizens, will not lay down. We will fight our way back. I am asking everyone to do your part. Support local. Together we will get through this. Princeton proud.
Hi, I'm Jenna Wayner, owner at Morgan's Funeral Home. Did you know Morgan's has always served our entire county with fair prices? We care about every family and understand their need to celebrate their loved one in an affordable and dignified way. With packages starting at $37.50, we make sure everyone gets a beautiful goodbye. Morgan's Funeral Home. Always there, always fair.
I just came by to show you my beautiful car that I just bought at Tri Shoes. Y'all are always telling me to shop local, and so that's what I do every time I can. I wanted a car here that I could take up here to Tri Shoes and get service on, and that's what they're going to do for me. My name is Dolores Campbell. I just had to share the news.
Choice Hughes is here for you and any questions you may have about your vehicle. Buy your next vehicle from the home team. Find them on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or at tricehughes.com.
Fortner Gas is a full-service propane company offering services in Western Kentucky. You'll find offices located in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website and discover the many services and products available to you at Fortner Gas. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they are already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If not, they'd love to be. Contact Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Black Patch Grill.
And your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Sunshine. How about that? I like forecasting sunshine. Sunshine and 87 tonight, partly cloudy, low 66 tomorrow. Chance of showers after lunchtime, high 82, and Wednesday, Thursday, sunshine and 81. 67 at 8:33, 1580, 103.3 WPKY. And on the phone this morning, I've got Miss Jenna Jerger. How are ya?
Hi, doing great. How are you?
I am good. Of course, Miss Jenna from Health First Community Health Clinic. And, I just got through seeing and telling everybody that I'm going to be there on Wednesday.
Yeah, we're excited.
I am excited. That comeback tour is so much fun, and I've always got little goodies in my pocket to give away. And, of course, it's back to school time, so there is actually a reason for me to be there. It's between the comeback tour. Don't get me wrong, I'd go and see all the ladies over there anyway because they're a whole lot of fun. But, it is back to school time. And, Jenna, I think you and I talk about every year about this. This is when we've got to go get the immunizations.
Right, and it's so important. And this month is actually National Immunization Month. So it really brings light to the importance of vaccinations. Diseases that used to be common in this country around the world, like polio, measles, rubella, mumps, those can all be prevented by vaccination. And thanks to a vaccine, one of the most terrible diseases in our history, smallpox, no longer exists. So that just shows the importance of getting these vaccines and how they can save lives. And actually, due to COVID, vaccines are down nationwide of children getting those because of staying at home to be healthy. So just a reminder to all that immunizations are important and we need to get those. And the CDC is actually recommending the flu shot more than ever for children this year because it can lower your immune system if you catch the flu. And this goes for everyone in general. But if your immune system is lowered, you're more susceptible to catch the COVID-19 virus.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's something you don't want to get in conjunction with coronavirus either, because one or the other is bad enough on their own. Can you imagine having them at the same time?
Right. So definitely get in and get those back-to-school services, those immunizations that are so important. And then we've got other back-to-school services that we provide, such as school immunizations, sports physicals, ADHD treatment, and those child exams are so important to get. So we do have appointments available for those. We can take walk-ins or appointments. And then when your children are sick, we've got appointments available to take care of them.
Well, I'll tell you, that's something that a lot of people, I'll say this as a mama who didn't know. When my children first started playing sports, and really, I guess I didn't really think about it till CJ started playing football a few years back. Of course, that seems like decades ago at this point. But, I didn't realize that sports physicals and school physicals, two completely different things.
Yes.
Well, and a lot of parents don't. I made that mistake when I first started. I kept arguing. I was like, I've already had that. And they're like, no, ding dong, that's different. I was like, what? So, it was a little while before I understood that. So if you want a sports physical, if your child, and I will also say, if your child believes that they will do sports, go ahead and get it. Right? It's
right,
good for
and
a year.
Only $25 for a sports physical.
So that's nothing.
Very inexpensive. And again, we've got walk-in appointments. So if you get behind and forget, and your child is getting ready to start those sports, come on in and we can take care of you.
Well, and I'll tell you something else I hadn't really thought about was meningitis until I saw someone with it the other day. And that was one of those things that you hear about when college first starts, or you hear about, the end of the year when everybody's been kind of roaming around the schools together for a while. And, a lot of things can happen throughout the summer. You need a good checkup. You need those well checks.
Yes, and if any parents are curious as to what vaccines that they need for their children, they can contact our office and find out more information. Or the CDC actually has some great information that parents can print out that explains which vaccinations children should have at certain ages. And we will post that link on our Facebook page today if parents want to view that for more information.
Well, that's really helpful because I'll tell you, you go and get their immunizations when they're babies and they get their normal update of shots and that sort of thing. You think about it when they're little, but then there's also, other rounds of shots or updates that they need later on, when they hit elementary, middle school age. And those are the ones that I think a lot of us, it kind of slips up on us and we don't think about.
Correct.
And so how many of those, if I've got a kid going from elementary to middle, is there updates that I need to do there?
Well, yes. The vaccines, as far as school age, they're recommended from 7 to 10 years and then 13 to 18 years.
Oh.
And again, there's a great resource that we will post on our Facebook page that parents can look at all the different vaccines that are required during those age groups.
Right, and I think that's important. What about if I've got a kid that wakes up with a sinus infection and has got the sniffles? Can I bring them in?
Yes. We have walk-in appointments built into our schedules every day. So if someone is sick and needs to be seen, we will make sure that we get you taken care of.
Well, and I think one of the important things right now, too, that I'm seeing and a lot of people are dealing with right now, everybody's employment status and, are you on unemployment? Are you not? And who's out of work? And even if you own your own business, things are beyond tight. I mean, they're so tight, they're squeaking and then some. That WD-40 won't fix it anymore. Jenna, we're squeaking beyond. You've got something that people can qualify for now that in, years past they might not have been able to. And now, the qualifications are a little bit different, and that's with K-CHIP.
Yes. Well, we've actually got two different programs. We have our sliding fee scale discount, which is based on income and household size, and individuals pay what they can afford based on that criteria for their office visits. So, and that actually includes any immunizations, any x-rays, any labs that are required. So that ranges from $10 to $25, and more information about that can be found on our website. We also are offering K-CHIP and Medicaid enrollment at our offices. We have an application assister on staff that can help with that. And the state of Kentucky has actually provided us with a grant to assist with enrollment. And the reason is that data has shown that around 50% of children in Kentucky are eligible for K-CHIP but are not enrolled. And I think it's because a lot of parents don't realize that their children would qualify for it.
Oh, no, I think you're right about that because I think a lot of people don't realize that, it might have actually relaxed a little bit since the last time they checked into it.
Right. And so, for example, a household of 4 with an income of $50,000 or less could qualify for free or reduced health insurance for their children, and it's available for children up to the age of 19. It covers all essential services, checkup, prescriptions, eyeglasses, dental care, hospital care, and much more. So if anyone is interested in learning more or seeing if their child qualifies for the K-CHIP program, they can contact our application assister, Tara Tapcolodi, at 270-215-5017, and that is her direct line. We also are offering a special enrollment due to COVID-19, and it is called Presumptive Eligibility Medicaid. And with this program, anyone without health coverage can apply, and it only takes about 5 minutes, and you receive free health care coverage for 2 months after the application date. And that program has actually been extended until October 31st. So if there's anyone out there listening that needs health care coverage, contact Tara Tapcolodi and ask about Presumptive Eligibility Medicaid. Again, her number is 270-215-5017. And if you didn't have an ink pen to write that down, you can contact any of our Health First offices and can be directed to Tara to assist you with insurance enrollment.
Well, and I really don't think some people understand that some of that coverage even includes dental.
Yes, it does.
I mean, that's huge. For a lot of parents, dental is one of the most difficult things to get a hold of. That in any kind of insurance that'll cover eyeglasses and things like that. It's that specialty insurance is so hard to find.
Right. And with that Presumptive Eligibility Medicaid, I mean, it is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that they're offering free health care coverage to anyone that needs it. There's no income restrictions at this time. Anybody that needs health care coverage can receive it.
I think that is fantastic. That's one of those things that, can really help, especially at a time like this. You're getting ready to go back to school. There goes the eye exams, and suddenly Sally needs a pair of glasses, and, somebody has fell down and knocked a tooth out. That's you never know when those kind of things are going to happen, and it's hard to plan for them, but at the same time, they are some of the most expensive things to try to get a hold of to get good coverage for your family. And right now, paying out additional on top of what you already do is really difficult.
Right. And we've had some individuals that maybe had some diagnostic tests that they needed done, but had been putting them off because they didn't have the health care coverage. So those folks have been able to get the care that they need.
Well, it says on here, even hearing aids, which is, again, that's huge.
Yes.
And, it's the simple things in life that you think that, are so simple that everybody's got coverage for that, like you said, even procedures and things like that. I know a couple of people that are, kind of holding off until, and I think that's a really good way to look at it. And you can help them fill that out too, because I know that's another part of it is that they get very intimidated by the paperwork.
Yes, and it only takes about 5 minutes to enroll over the phone. You don't even have to come into one of our offices. Tara is very glad to help individuals get the care that they need, so she can provide that quick enrollment and answer any questions that anyone may have.
And again, I do want to throw that out there, that's a special coverage that's being offered during COVID-19 for anyone, even if you've been denied in the past.
That is correct.
And I think that's huge, and it's hard for a lot of people to believe, oh, yeah, well, anyone, probably not me. Yes, you.
Yeah.
Anyone means anyone.
Correct.
Well, I guess I'll see you on Wednesday, lady.
Well, it sounds good. And again, if any children out there are in need of back-to-school services, we have appointments available.
Well, tell them where to find you.
We are located at 1100 South Jefferson Street, right downtown Princeton, and our telephone number is 270-365-9455.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Jenna Jerger. We love talking to you because I'll tell you, you're a lady that knows what's going on. I don't have to. I don't have to try to guess at it. You can actually tell me for sure what's going on. And I guess we shall see you on Wednesday. Then have a great week.
All right, you too.
Thanks so much. Of course, Jenna Jerger with Health First Community Health Center in Princeton. And I'll tell you, I want to give you that number again for Tara Tapp-Collodi. Of course, for that K-CHIP information and the Medicaid information as well. I want to remind everybody about that number again. This is a fantastic program, a couple of different programs that are being offered right now. And again, don't let the kids go without it. Don't you go without it. Just because, you're off work or something's kind of upside down right now, because there's a lot of programs out there right now that weren't in the past. So make sure you write this number down, even if it's for your mom and dad, 270-215-5017. Let me give you that number again, 270-215-5017. And, of course, you can visit their location there or any Health First location as well. But you can visit them on South Jefferson Street in Princeton. And they'll help you out and help you fill out whatever you need. Of course, the applications you could actually find online, too, at kentucky.gov. But anything from x-rays to prescription drugs and dental and all kinds of stuff, you can get help with all of that. So make sure you give them a call. And, it is that time of year, going back to school and trying to get everything kind of lined out. I had to grab my paper real quick. I wanted to make sure that I reminded everybody. Of course, they're talking about sign-ups for school lunches. And that's another thing that can be really, really confusing. And I understand right now with everything else that we've got going on in our district, it's just adds another layer. And I understand that. I'm a mama. So let's go back over that just a little bit for those of you who missed it in our newscast earlier. We're talking about the Caldwell County school districts that have released the information concerning school lunch deliveries for the upcoming school year. Now, this is kind of a thing, and you've got to do it the right way, or you won't get the lunch. And I don't want anybody to miss getting that opportunity for lunches for the kids just because they didn't understand the process. So here you go. Now, don't get me wrong. You can always look it up on their website. Our website has always got the updated information for the school systems. Inside the news stories, there's always links to the schools and that sort of thing. WPKYonline.com. So anytime you miss any of that information, you can go straight to our website, and doggone it, you'll just about find a tab or a news story or something for just about anything that you're looking for, from school lunches to obituaries. It's on there. So anytime you miss anything, that's the place to go. But the Caldwell County School District, here we go. Now, the Director of Food Service, Will Brown, has said that the school lunches will be delivered beginning Monday, August 24th. Now, that's coming up a week from today. That's next Monday. And they've announced steps to make sure that everybody enrolled in Caldwell County can and will receive lunch and breakfast during this time while they're doing NTI. And now he says no orders from previous school years will stand. Now, what that means is if you were registered last year where they would, give you the meals and that sort of thing for your kid, don't depend on that, because that's null and void. That's last year. It no longer matters. This year, we have to re-register. This is a brand new year, and we have to treat it like a brand new year. Like last year never happened, okay? So we have to re-register. The district is going to take call-in orders at 270-365-8000. Now, that's the school board office. And that's daily from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. Now, that starts today. Okay, you can start calling them as of 51 minutes ago, and go ahead and get your daily orders. Now, that's going to be taken from 8 a.m. until noon, and any orders taken after 9 a.m. will not be delivered till the following day. So let's say you don't get your order in until noon today. Well, you got in on the time frame, but you didn't get it early enough to get it today, so you'll get the meal tomorrow, okay? Now, in order to sign up a child, the parent or guardian must provide their name, the student's name, the school which each child attends. Now, that's not just Caldwell. That's Caldwell Elementary, Primary, High School. Which school does your child attend? The student's lunch number, that one that they have on their card, contact number, and the number of your desired pickup point. Which location would you like to pick your food up from? And there's going to be several of them spaced around, just like it was last time. You need to be able to tell them which one you want to go to. Now, those orders can be sent either by email or you can call. And again, will.brown@caldwell.kentuckyschools.us is the email address. Let me get that to you again. will.brown@caldwell.kentuckyschools.us. Okay. Now, Mr. Will Brown has noted that the staff will continue to follow very strict guidelines during all school meal deliveries, and you're asking parents and guardians to follow the instructions when it comes to pick up meals, okay? So this is what they're asking of you this year. He says when staff arrives at the pickup location, they're going to set out containers with each meal and drink. Now, they're asking that you pick up those meals, but do not approach the meals until you're directed to. So you've got to wait for the okay. They'll tell you it's all right, you can approach, and then you come up and get the meals, okay? Now, parents, guardians, and students are reminded to please keep at least 6 feet between themselves and other people that are in line or are waiting to get their own meals, okay? You can approach the meals one at a time. Those picking up meals must tell the staff how many meals they need and each student's information. So if you have multiple kids, you're going to need to let them know the kid's name and how many meals that you're looking for. Now, once meals have been picked up, please move away from the containers. Don't sit and chit-chat as you want that line to move. So get yours and then move along. Now, Mr. Brown is asking when possible that only one adult or capable child collect the meals. Don't bring 4 or 5 kids with you, okay? If you can get around it and have one adult pick that up, then that is what they would ask you to do. The least amount of people as possible, and to not bring the little ones, okay? Because when you have the small children, they end up wandering around, and then they don't socially distance, and then they play with each other, okay? But again, that's what they're asking. Now, those picking up meals are being encouraged to be at their pickup location before the scheduled time. Don't show up 10 minutes after and then fuss because they're gone. Don't show up exactly when they're supposed to be there. Be there before your scheduled time, okay? That way, you don't have to worry about them arriving a couple of minutes early or you being late and all that good stuff, okay? Now, at small pickup locations, staff will not wait longer than 10 minutes past the scheduled time before they leave. If they're supposed to be there at noon, they're gone by 10 after. Do you understand that? If they're supposed to be there at 1:30, they're gone by 1:40. So they will only stay 10 minutes past the time that they're scheduled to be there. Brown states that home delivery is going to be available on an extremely limited basis. Now, that's for only extremely legitimate hardship cases. That's where the kid cannot get to the pickup location. Maybe they can't drive, but it's a hardship case, and that form is going to be filled out and approved by the school district before they just go ahead and deliver it. Home delivery will only be granted on a case-by-case basis for individuals with legitimate and provable hardships. The request for meal delivery can be found on the school district's website at caldwell.kentuckyschools.us. And of course, if you need any of these guidelines and you've missed any of the steps or anything like that, you can always check our website. It's all the details and the steps and the phone numbers and all that good stuff at wpkyonline.com. And you can also call them now. Again, here's the number that you're going to need for that food service to order, 270-365-8000. And then, of course, the school's website, caldwell.kentuckyschools.us. So it's, getting it started again this year, and it's not too bad. I mean, there's a few steps that you got to remember. I think the process is pretty similar to last year, to be honest, if you did it. But we just kind of got to get re-registered and get in gear. And again, now, if you're looking for those elementary packets that you picked up last week, those are due no later than tomorrow. They would like for them to be turned in today, but no later than tomorrow. Now, when you return that enrollment to the Caldwell County Elementary School, that enrollment packet, you're going to be given a letter from your child's teacher, and they're really looking forward to it, so make sure that you spend some time with that. I know the middle school is going to have kind of an open house, so you need to go pick up your papers. That'll be out front of the middle school at Caldwell County. You can pick up your registration papers and that big packet of papers that we have to sign every single year when the kids start school. This is nothing new. We always have those things that we need to fill out every year. Well, go and get those, and then you can bring those to the open house with you. They're scheduling that. They're going to let us know exactly what date, but that's going to be, again, staggered so that we can socially distance and do that, and that way they'll be able to explain everything to us. So there's a lot of information, and again, you can always check our website. And I'm hoping that helps. I had a couple of people that asked the question, want me to repeat the information today. So there you go. And you can also go to our website, WPKYonline.com.
Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Raider Auction Company.
One last time, our WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast brought to you by Raider Auction Company. Sunshine and 87 today. Partly cloudy tonight, low 66. Tomorrow on Tuesday, chance of showers after lunchtime, high 82. Then Wednesday and Thursday, sunshine and a high 81. So those are both going to be really nice days. It's all the way up to 70. 859, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Democrats' four-day convention starts today with speakers including Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and more, reports Fox's Rachel Sutherland.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama is a keynote speaker. New York Governor Andrew